It's such a beautiful day. It's sunny, it's warm. I have a 12K long run on the books. It's week 12 of this 16-week program for my 60K, 50K ultra marathon. I'm feeling good. It's gonna be a beautiful day. I am on my long run and it is so sunny and I'm so grateful to be able to move today. This is a 12K long run. I'm gonna talk you through the Maffetone method and zone 2 training, low heart rate training, as I've been doing it for 3 months now. And I will walk you through everything good, everything bad, kind of a review. So if you guys want to start low heart rate training because your heart rate is high when you run, which was the first reason why I decided to do this at first, stick around, hit the like button, subscribe. The first point, I'm going to start with what's good about it, and then we'll go into negatives. The first good thing about it is that it's very liberating to not be looking at your watch as much. I find that I was really set on pace and I was really looking at my pace and running by feel. You don't have to care about the pace at all. Pace is just a bystander. Pace is just a byproduct of the run. You get to know how your body feels at certain paces, and it's just freeing to not be looking at your watch all the time, because I know I was doing it. I know I was looking at it every 5 seconds or so. I can't be the only one who was looking at their watch every 5 seconds, 10 seconds to see if like the pace is the same. But yeah, what's nice is you can put an alarm on your watch that kind of rings whenever your heart rate kind of gets over a number. So I picked 140, and that's like zone 2, right? Under 140 beats per minute for me, that's zone 2. Another thing that was really big for me is that runs started feeling a lot easier, a lot more comfortable. And also I realized I wasn't doing any easy running. I realized I wasn't doing any of that zone 1, zone 2. I was always in like zone 4 tempo. So my heart health was pretty strained when I went into this. It's getting better. I feel a lot better during the run and around it. If you're someone who's running, and like me before, you get exhausted after every run and you have no energy for anything after the run, this is for you. Try zone 2. A third good thing about it is you're less prone to injuries, because I find my biggest injuries were when I was doing speed work, or a lot of speed work. Running slower and easier, it puts less of a strain on the body and you're less prone to injuries. Of course, if you run slowly and your running form is bad, then it can make you prone to injuries, so make sure you have a good running form. The last positive thing about Maffetone method, zone 2, low heart rate training is that you learn what your body needs. You're really listening to your body's cues instead of a pace or a speed. That's so irrelevant now for me. It's really been great. So as I mentioned in the beginning, I was able to transform. Like the first run I did with the Maffetone method was in February, and it was 10 minutes 24 per kilometer, which is a 16-minute mile. And I basically walked 85% of the time. Yeah, that was humbling because I used to run faster than that. I used to run sub 10-minute mile, and it was humbling. I took that number down to a 7 minutes 45 per kilometer, and that's about a 12-minute mile at an easy pace in 3 months. So if you ask me, zone 2 training, Maffetone method does work. You just need time. Give it time. As I was saying, I don't have any sunglasses. I regret that. If you're starting zone 2 training and you find yourself walking, know that it's normal. Everybody goes through that. Well, most people at least. Your average person will go through walking at first. I was walking much more than I was running at first. And just give it time. It can be frustrating. So that's kind of a bad side of it, but also it's not too bad because I'm someone who, I like comparing myself a lot, and I find, you know that phrase, compare and despair? That's like my life story. By going so slow, comparing yourself to others is completely irrelevant. It's just your journey. You will get there. Now I run a lot more than I walk. Sometimes I even don't walk, so that's good. But as you can see, I'm still walking, and that's okay. You know, today I'm averaging about 9 minutes per kilometer. It's hot outside, it's normal. Different things factor in. Caffeine can factor in. Your level of sleep, make sure you get a lot of sleep. I take a medication, I take Concerta, which elevates your heart rate. So that plays a major role for me. The heat plays a major part in heart rate, elevates it. The wind also does that. So it's just about finding that balance, and it's like the ego kind of disappears. I think for me that was like the biggest therapy thing. My ego kind of left the chat, if we can say it like that. Look at this. Just realizing that walking is normal. It's okay. It's exercise. It's better to walk to keep a low heart rate than to run by ego. That is beautiful. Look at this. Wow. That's also a good point. By slowing down, you're actually looking around and enjoying the scenery of it all. Now I think there's construction on my run, so I don't think I can run there. Okay, change of plans. We are gonna run in the other direction because, well, construction site. Yeah, I can't go there. Can we just admire? Anyway, so, as I was saying, pace will become irrelevant. Honestly, like, I post things on Strava and it's like 14, 15 minutes per mile. I don't care. You know, you will stop caring too. Especially it being that slow. You're gonna feel unfit. I did feel, and I still do, feel really unfit at some moments. Because I find myself comparing to others. And then I'm like, how is it that person can run at 6 minutes per kilometer and it's their easy run, but they might be 10 years into it, whereas I'm 3 months into it. Really is about the long term here. You have to think long term. And I've been listening to Flores a lot. He's just a really big inspiration. He does videos and he's like running sub 3 hour marathons while holding the camera and talking to us. He's making PowerPoints and everything. And it's so inspiring. And sometimes I don't feel like running. That's okay. I watch his videos and then I go out and I run. Another thing that's not, I file it under bad, or it really just depends on you. It's just a fact that you have to consider. Zone 2 training is long. It's a long-term process. You can't go into it thinking you're gonna do it for a week and it'll get better. I've been at it for 3 months. I've seen a bit of improvement. Still not where I want it. So you have to be ready to settle into it for a while. You know, you have to consider taking 6 months or maybe some years to work on that and be ready, either see slow progress or no progress, or for a moment. honestly, holding a camera is just so hard on the shoulder while you're running. Only that part, like holding the camera and talking, makes my heart rate go up, and the heat. This is not a zone 2. It's a comfortable pace. For long runs, I like to have my heart rate, average heart rate, top 150, 152. That's a little higher than an easy run where I'll do 140 max. I'm talking to you guys, so that'll just slow me down and elevate my heart rate. But I'd rather do this than not care about you. I really want to get that information out, because I know that when I started, I was searching for videos of people who have been doing it for months, and there aren't a lot. Or years, there aren't a lot, because people are not patient. People are impatient. They want results. You know, they want results. They want things to move. They want fast results. And it's not gonna happen with Maffetone Zone 2 low heart rate training that I am running much more than walking now. It's 3 months, so I like to give myself 6 months to a year and get my easy run at the pace of my tempo. So here's the thing. Zone 2 takes a long time, as I said, months, maybe years. The more strained you are going into it, well, the longer it's gonna take. Fun for me, 16-minute mile. So it's probably gonna take me like a year or two. A year, I like to say 12 months. I think that's a good target for me, because I have a lot of free time, and we can do Zone 2 together. You know, fire up the video, go for a run with me. I do this with Floris or Lucy Davis or Anna Moon a lot. Run, walk, run together. Like, that's what it's gonna look like at first. You're gonna run, walk, run a lot more than you're gonna run. Trust me. But it gets better. It gets better. For someone who's been doing it for 3 months, which is a short period, it's still a longer period than most people. Most people, when they don't see the results in like 2 weeks, they give up. No, I don't want to do that. I want to see if this really works, and honestly, after 3 months, it's gotten a lot better. So yeah, I take it works, but you have to do it consistently. It's long, it's slow, humbling, but I think it works. I think it works. That was just a really, really short video to tell you guys about my experience with Zone 2, Maffetone training, low heart rate training. I've been doing it for 3 months. It's getting better. If you're considering it, I highly recommend it, but you have to be ready to dedicate, you have to be ready to wait a long time before seeing results. And you have to be okay with walking and slowing down significantly. We're talking slowing down ridiculously. I mean, I walked like 85% of the time on that first run. 16-minute mile. I did 3 miles in like 51 minutes. But in general, if you're ready to put your ego aside for months or years, depending on your level of strained, if you've been running tempo only for 10 years, it's gonna take a lot longer for you than if you haven't been, and you're just starting out with running. If you're willing to do that, I recommend it 1,000%, because the benefits for me outweigh all the negatives. And I just think really long term, if your easy pace is faster, slowly and slowly and slowly, eventually that means you're going to be able to crush your PR with a lot less exertion. You're going to be able to crush your PR and still have energy and have fun while you're doing it, and enjoy your runs, enjoy your days around your runs, and not feel exhausted. Like, for me, the benefits outweigh the negatives 1,000,000%. This was a video promoting Maffetone method, Zone 2 heart rate training. Do not be afraid to walk. It's okay to walk. It's okay to slow down once in a while, I'd rather be slow and enjoy it than be really fast but be miserable and exhausted. This was a shorter video. If you liked it, make sure you check out my 50-kilometer ultra marathon playlist and subscribe, and hopefully I will see you in the next video.